Today, we're going to be taking a look at my entire Arnold Schwarzenegger movie collection. Let's check it out. When it comes to Arnold Schwarzenegger, he is one of my favorite action stars next to Stallone and Bruce Willis and Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I just love almost everything he has done. He's got a lot of underrated films too, but a lot of hits and a lot of great successful movies. My stack here is not as big as Stallone's, but it's pretty good size. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my entire Arnold Schwarzenegger collection. First up, we have The Terminator. I'll be back. I love this. I got this on Blu-ray. This is my favorite one out of the entire series. Here we have T2, Judgment Day. Now this is the Skynet edition. This is actually one of the first Blu-rays I ever picked up in my life. But yeah, it's got a lot of good special features and stuff, but excellent sequel. Here we have Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. I like this one in my opinion. This is the true sequel to the second movie, I think. No matter what people say, I still like this one. I think Arnold acted like the Terminator, the best than he did in some of the other sequels. But yeah, I like this one. A lot of people crap on it. Terminator Genesis. Yeah, I don't know. This movie's just dumb. I just think it's really dumb. It's got some bad CG in it, and I know I don't really care for Old Man Arnold too much the way they did it in this film, but and they kind of changed the timeline a little bit with the T-1000. Instead of being Robert Patrick, someone else. It just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Terminator Salvation I have, but it doesn't really have Arnold in it. Well, there's a CG one at the end, but Terminator Dark Fart. This movie's a disgrace. The only thing that kept this movie going, in my opinion, is Linda Hamilton and Arnold. Other than that, didn't really care for anything about it. The fact that they killed John Connor off was a disgrace. I feel so bad for Edward Furlong. Oh, hey, why don't you come back for this movie just for just a few seconds and then we'll kill you off. Wow, good job. Yeah, but like I said, Arnold, I liked Arnold better in this movie than I did in Genesis. That's just my opinion. But anyway, here we have Predator. Dylan! Get to the chopper. Love this one. Excellent. Total Recall. You are me, and I am you. Love that one, too. Great effects. Kindergarten Cop. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all. Mr. Kimball. Ivan Reitman directed this, who did Ghostbusters. Now, I consider this to be the most underrated Arnold Schwarzenegger film ever. No one ever talks about this movie, and it sucks. It was directed by John Irvin, and it's got, let's see, you got Stephen Hill in it, Robert Davi. I freaking love this movie, and it is raw deal. I love the soundtrack to this. And he just kicks so much butt in this movie, especially the third act. He's pretty much like a one-man army, but very, very good movie. If you have not seen Raw Deal, you're missing out. Here we have Commando. Now, this is pretty much, John Matrix is kind of like Rambo here. It would be so cool to get John Matrix and Rambo together. in a movie. Like I'm talking about the characters. Get Stallone and Schwarzenegger to come back as those two characters. That would be amazing. But yeah, Commando on Blu-ray. Then I have the director's cut here, which is a steelbook, a Blu-ray steelbook of Commando. Really, really cool. There's Arnold in all his glory there. Director's cut. Here I have Jingle All the Way, which was actually just on TV not too long ago. This includes the theatrical and extended director's cut of the film. But I really like this film. It's Turbo Man. Another underrated one is Last Stand. This was his comeback film after being, out of acting for so long. And there's a lot of action in this movie. I really, really liked it. He plays the sheriff. And he's trying to stop this criminal from crossing the border. Pretty cool. Here's an oldie with Bridget Nielsen, Red Sonja. Now, what I think is interesting is that Bridget Nielsen worked with both Stallone and Schwarzenegger. I mean, she was in Cobra, she was in Rocky 4, and here she is with Schwarzenegger. It's like it's really really cool. Um, yeah, one of my favorite buddy cop movies. We have Red Heat with Belushi there. It says Moscow's toughest detective, Chicago's craziest cop. Um, yeah, another good one. Here we have True Lies, directed by James Cameron with Jamie Lee Curtis. I always wish that they would make a sequel to this movie, and they never did. And this still does not have an official Blu-ray release. There is like a release. I think it's like overseas, but there is no official one. It sucks. I don't really know what's going on. 20th Century Fox released this one. I don't really understand why we don't have a Blu-ray of that yet. Another underrated Schwarzenegger flick, and that is Collateral Damage. Basically, he goes after these terrorists after something bad happens to his wife and kid. He takes matters into his own hands, pretty much. It's from the director of The Fugitive, which is another excellent film. But yeah, another good one here that I used to rent all the time, Eraser. Um, yeah, no one ever really talks about this one. James Caan, Vanessa Williams. This is going to be the closest thing you get to a Arnold Schwarzenegger horror film, End of Days, where he fights the devil, literally the devil. Um, and it's just nonstop action. It's very dark. It's a very grisly, dark film, um, but very, very cool. I love the music soundtrack. I just recently watched this one not too long ago, and I still think this is underrated. I never really used to like this one when I first saw it, but I actually like it now. The Sixth Day, which is basically about cloning. Um, yeah, that's the gist of it. Batman and Robin. Schwarzenegger plays Mr. Freeze, which is a cool villain. This is just over the top, cheesy fun, I guess. It's Batman Forever. I consider to be a guilty pleasure. This one is just stupid, but I laugh just every time I hear something come out of Arnold's mouth because you could tell he was having fun with it. Every line that he says is some sort of joke, and it's all about being cold or about ice or about freezing. It's something in that nature, and it's just funny. The last one I have here is inspired by true events, and I've seen it once. It's just I think this movie's okay. It's not the greatest, but you could tell like Arnold was trying out his acting chops here without being the action man all the time. Aftermath. Um, this one's very it's an interesting story. I just don't think it was executed as good as it could have been, but you just have to give it a watch and see what you think. It's definitely different from any kind of Arnold film um, that you've seen. So there you go. Um, I'm missing a lot from Arnold's Schwarzenegger like his films. I own Conan the Barbarian and the Destroyer on VHS. I own The Running Man on VHS. There's still some ones that I need to get, and I'm looking. I'm looking around, and like I said, I don't really buy new movies that often. I just basically go hunting at thrift stores for, they have like 99-cent Blu-rays and DVDs. That's the way to go for me. Um, but anyway, I'm still collecting, still hunting, so the search continues. Thank you very much for watching this. Uh, tell me what you think of some of these titles that I listed here, and stay tuned because, like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of different collection videos from different actors. So stay tuned to see which one's next. I'll see you guys in the next video.